just gonna...
Shall I start again?
You've got taller since I set up the camera, right?
Should we go do that again?
Let's do it again, just for
Let's go. What is up, YouTube? It's James from Robin Henry Watches. Welcome to 2023.
And nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Except the market. It's all gone.
Has it though?
Who knows?
Has it?
I don't really care right now. What I care about is last year.
Oh, okay, so we're doing a 2022 recap.
Yes.
Okay.
Live in the past.
So we're just going to chuck watches out there and go hot or not.
Exactly. What's hot, what's not. You know you want to do more of that, so here we go.
I'm going to give you one first.
You're going to give me one, are you?
Yeah, the Omega Seamaster Hulk. Well, you're calling it Hulk. I don't know if anyone else is calling it Hulk. Hot or not?
Everyone called it the Hulk at the start. I'd say that was pretty hot. The new box is pretty cool. It's a bit depressing. That's my first thought, but...
Oh, yeah, because it's got like that matte finish.
Yeah.
And it's got the little carry case.
I'm a sucker for the cool packaging. I've seen the carry case on its own, but I've never seen actually
Omega do a good box. I do give Omega a hard time sometimes, but their box...
It's huge.
I don't want to start on the Speedmaster boxes because they're stupid. But for the normal ones, they're a good quality box as opposed to, you know, the cardboard crap.
They're compensating for what they haven't got on Rolex.
Exactly. So you're going hot. Why are you going? What else?
I think it's cool.
Is that it?
The Seamaster has been probably the Speedmaster gets all the headlines because it's all the stuff. But like you said 5 minutes ago, it's boring as hell. Seamaster is flat. You know, it's varied. It's probably better than a sub in reality, and it looks cool. Green's cool.
I would say on that theme, I would put another one hot. I don't know if you were going to mark this as not, but the
there's a couple of troll knots in there. So.
Okay. The Speedmasters that we haven't really seen yet. So they're is it Canopus Gold?
Oh, the Canopus Golds, yeah.
But the one with the green dial, I think that's a cool watch.
You thinking of the moon? Oh wait, the Canopus in the green dial, or are you thinking of the Moonshine Gold?
Oh, I don't.
Is it gold or is it steel coloured?
Oh, gold, yeah. Sorry, Canopus Gold is a white gold.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with the
It's Moonshine Gold with the green dial. That's hot.
Moonshine. Whatever. Names aside, I think the green is cool. Some people might say, "Oh, is it a play on the John Mayer player,
the famous player John Mayer."
But I think it's cool in its own right. The prices are getting silly on them. I'm not talking about aftermarket. I'm talking retail because they're about 37 now.
And probably due a price rise very soon.
I think when they first came out, they were like just over 30. Before the thing's even been released, it's gone through several price updates.
Yeah.
And there are some out in the wild, but I'm yet to see one. I may or may not have my name on a list.
Oh.
Not locally. I might.
That's going to be a business-ending purchase when you do.
You say that, but I've got someone for it.
Oh, of course.
They'll know because they watch this. So I'm not gonna. I think I'm gonna get it, but not make anything on it. But this other person's gonna have it.
Yeah.
But
just to see it.
I just want to scope it out and be like, is it cool?
Well, let's stay with Omega. Arguably the biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
Release of the year?
It's not Omega though.
Oh, but it is.
It's not.
But it is.
It's not.
But it is.
But it's not. It was Swatch.
But it's on the dial.
Swatch X. Is Omega on the dial?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not just Speedmaster? Well,
it's
you
Omega
got
on the dial. Yes. It's got both of them on the dial.
But it's not an Omega.
It says Swatch X Omega.
But it's sold by Swatch. So it's a Swatch. The quality is Swatch.
The quality, I think, is below Swatch.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, for me, it would go in the not category. Garbage. I mean, listen, the idea, I don't even knock the idea. It's certainly, you know, one of the things that we questioned at the time is, would it rival the Omega Speedmaster ceramics?
No.
The idea is cool. I think they're fun.
I'd prefer to have seen £1,000 collaboration in like steel. Cheap steel, I think.
No, I think they got it right. I think they got it right just keeping it.
I think they got it right, but I don't think I liked it as much as I would have liked to steal.
It's a cheap toy.
Yeah.
Which, you know, yeah, it's not for me. I can't say anything.
They should give you one when you buy a real Speedmaster in the boutique, like a little McDonald's Happy Meal toy.
It's for you to give it to your kids. Like, there you go. There you go, Billy Bob.
There's an idea.
Oh, well, helping Swatch out, so it's all good. And I read this article about, I can't remember where it was now, obviously, it's me, but of just like how well it's commercially benefited, not only Swatch, but Omega as well. It's been like a bit of a genius marketing.
Well, when was the last time you saw Omega hit headlines?
As in, well, they do a release every month. They've always got something new.
Yeah, but I mean like general news headlines. Like that would have been like, you know, the boutique that people got stabbed in at New York. That would have been in the New York Times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Must have done. You know, when was the last time Omega got into...
I'm not sure they wanted to be in it for that. But...
No, but I'm sure it's probably the first time in a while Omega...
It was a good... I think overall, though, it was a good thing. It got loads of people... I mean, obviously, because it was in the COVID years, it brought out, like, because obviously the 2 COVID years were, like, massive flipper, like, the years of flipping, like, I've never seen anything like it in the watch game, which is coming out of that now because there's, you know, probably a lot of people that were doing that just for a quick buck have come out of it now. Yeah. But everyone wanted to get a Moonswatch and
they're all pushovers now. If they're holding the bag, like yes, offer me, and I'll
if you're one of the people that bought it for £1,000, like you must go to bed like with little tears, like being like, I'm a mug.
Instant regret. So much regret. You're never getting out of that. There's no price rise or market shift. You
just got to write that off and then have a story to tell years down the line. I've got to question this. Oh. You put this as a hot.
Okay, it might be a troll hot.
You're going to say that now. The Tag Heuer Mario Kart.
Okay, it's a bit of a troll hot, but like, it's kind of cool. The price is not cool.
What did Tag Heuer do anything good last year? From off the top of my head, no. All
Officially,
garbage.
No.
All garbage.
No.
Did they even do anything with the Monaco this year?
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean, what's Tag Heuer got in terms of good watches? They got the Monaco.
And the Grand Prix Mario.
They got the Monaco. Well, I'm sorry, mate. That's garbage. Like, I know it's a gimmick, fine, but it's like...
It's a fun gimmick.
It's almost like I know it's not the same, but they saw what Swatch and Omega did, and they're like, what's our thing going to be? And you know, what's his name's son, the billionaire's son? Is it Frederick Arnott that runs Tag Heuer? He's like, Daddy.
I like Mario Kart.
Tag Heuer over the years has just gone down. Do you know what I was watching the other day? Watched all the Christmas time. You watch all the Die Hard movies, obviously. Die Hard 2, Airport 1. They're all wearing tag. All the criminals are wearing Tag Heuers. But it's like the digital ones that they did, obviously, in the 90s. But that's where you have to remember, like in the 90s, Tag Heuer was hot. Like everyone's like, I'm not going to say it was Rolex status. It wasn't. But it's above.
It could be said in the same breath.
It was up there, like where Omega is today, but probably above Omega. Like everyone wanted a Tag Heuer. Even when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, I want one. Yeah, I want to be a criminal in the 1990s.
Not anymore.
But I've missed my window.
Yeah, it's a bit depressing, really.
I was only like, you know, in the age range of about 8 to 18. But oh well.
Yeah.
So that's that. So Tag Heuer actually, just in general, not hot.
Vacheron 222. Standout success, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you could get one, that'd be my only down point. That's definitely that's a hot watch. Beautiful, cool. I would buy one in a heartbeat. Vacheron, unfortunately, is still affected somewhat by the spillover of the market, like Rolex, AP, Patek.
Yeah.
Now, although obviously Rolex isn't in the Holy Trinity,
Vacheron isn't either, really. Come on.
Well, not desirability, but anyway, there's still a lot of their models which are really hard to get. Now, things like the Vacheron overseas, they're still hard to get. Although, if you go on the secondary market, they're back at retail. If you want one, and I don't even have. I mean, it's a lot of money for a steel sports watch. I think the Vacheron overseas is a great watch. I think Vacheron, all their watches are superb quality. But they can be a little bit bland because I own the Vacheron overseas. Yeah. And I had the blue dial. So that's the one to have. And I paid 13 grand. That's where you want to be paying. Yeah. And obviously, like an idiot, I sold it for no profit. I think actually a little bit less than what I paid. Yeah. But is what it is. But yeah, the 222 was hot. But they're still not available anywhere for a reasonable price. No. But I would definitely take one of those over most watches. Well, what else we got?
I know what else you would take over everything else. So. Anything that Cartier did last year. I'm not saying this because it's your channel, it's Cartier, but...
I should be wearing mine, actually.
Name me one bad thing Cartier did last year. other than make straps a bit too small.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's really a fair criticism. And you know me, I don't really give a shit about Cartier.
The
Like, they're
pube
cool,
in my solar beat was actually 2021, so I can't count that.
And it was a personal slight. So
which, by the way, the solar beat is up for sale. So by the time this video is out,
the solar beat.
Which with the pube removed, by the way.
Of course.
They went back to Cartier and had that all fixed. But that's the reason I'm selling that is I love that watch, but
To spoil.
I have the Cartier Solar Beat. I have the Cartier Mustang in black, which is definitely on the hot list, and I wear that one the most.
Yeah.
And I have my Cartier Tortue, which is like, you know, my bling watch because it's solid white gold and it's got the factory diamonds on, which is the reason I don't wear it every day because it's a bit over the top.
Yeah.
Like when you're getting dressed in the morning in the winter, you're a bit like,
It's a bit much.
a bit much for this morning. I'll go with the...
I'm firing 4 people today, maybe not the diamonds today.
I like it. You have those conversations. You're like, you're wearing a watch like that, and you're like, I understand that times are hard and people just want money. On a positive note, you're fired. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm selling it. It's still a cool watch, but yeah, I think the Black Tank Must.
The Mass Mysterious.
Mass Mysteria. I mean, obviously, that's not really for the average consumer of Cartier,
but it's just a hot thing.
Obviously, the Crash, all models was hot last year, especially at auctions and whatnot.
The Pebble.
The Pebble. I mean, I probably just want that because I can't have it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest about that. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Also, as well, while we're on the subject of Cartier, this will be up.
Oh, come on, don't show it in the bag. It's like a sandwich bag.
I don't want to take it out the bag. So this watch has an interesting story. So it's the Cartier Santos Galbi XL. It actually does. It
does not look XL.
It doesn't look XL, but trust me, when it's on the wrist, it wears big.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
It's a good size.
It's those lugs that do it.
I used to own this watch, and then I sold it locally to a certain jewelry store, let's put it that way, and then a friend of mine bought it out of there once it had been marked up horrendously, and then they had it. I think he gifted it to his other half.
It was very well loved.
It was very well loved and worn a lot. So anyway, it's come back and it's been absolutely taken care of by the watch polisher. It looks amazing. It's been pressure tested and all of that. It's got the stuff there. It's a full set as well, which is odd for me.
Yes,
but yeah, it's
looking
there.
good.
Oh, you put it in hot. The Tudor root beer GMT.
I love that watch. I hate what it did to us, but I love that watch.
Yeah, I took a loss. I took an L there.
I love it more than probably any other
my
GMT
only
I've seen.
beef with those Blackberries, and this is really ironic because I'm actually wearing the same size, but it's the 41 size. They made a mistake. They should have made that 58. Or, if I think I know Tudor well enough, they're going to re-release it at some point in the 58 size in case. Because I love these. I love all the Blackberries, but the 41 case, it's on the bigger size. I mean, can I wear it? That's debatable.
Looks wise, it looks like it fits, but I know how thick and heavy it is.
I mean, if I had like my arm more like that, it looks worse. I can get away with it with the jumper.
Yeah,
but
it's fine, but it's the thickness that betrays it. But yeah, no, love that watch. Super cool.
What else we got from Tudor? Oh, the Pelagos. The Pelagos 39. The Pelagos.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of that in the wild now. I really hate the sunburst finish on the bezel and everywhere.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, but in all pictures it just looks a bit.
It's very bland to me. But I need to see it before. I mean, I've criticised it already enough, but I would like to see it so I could be like, is it this? Is it that? I don't know. Fine. Oh, what have we got on the knot? Oh, let's go back and dig on Amiga.
Again? Oh, God. Are you going for the Planet Ocean?
The Planet Ocean Ultra Deep. Doesn't it sound a bit
not
like
deep enough, is it?
Almost from like a weird porn, Ultra Deep? Like you could imagine that.
There's
like,
probably a category on
Amiga
Pornhub.
in Ultra Deep. Nah, it's just... it's not really a great connotation. Ultra
If Hodinkee
Deep.
went into porn,
yeah,
that's how their titles would be looking.
to only get outdone by the Rolex Deep Sea Challenge months later. Although, to be fair, it's a different proposition, and the Omega is probably more wearable and usable on a day-to-day.
Yeah, Planet Oceans are just...
They have gone that way, because the Planet Ocean really was supposed to be the rival to the Sub.
Yeah.
But who buys a Planet Ocean in 2022 or 23 or 21? No one buys Planet Ocean anymore.
I don't like it.
They're this thick. It's like... I can't get my...
They make the Deep Sea Challenge look thin.
Yeah, but anyway, has anyone had a Deep Sea Challenge over here yet? Oh God.
Very, very low chance, let's be honest.
Who else?
Let's talk about the Deep Sea Challenge. Where do you sit now, a couple of months later?
Yeah, I'd still put it in the hot category.
Really?
Yeah, because of the proposition. If you're coming from, it's a piece of it's a collector's piece of their history.
Can't have it, don't want it.
And you're not buying it to wear it. If you're buying it to wear it, no, it's not hot. That's just a douche move. But if you're buying it and you're a big Rolex dive watch collector, Submariners, Sea Dwellers, Deep Seas. If I went around someone's house and they had a cabinet and there was in that, I'd be like, oh, nice move.
And I'm sure he would be very happy to have spent all that money on it for you to go, oh.
That's what we do, watch collectors.
Yes. You
buy it for someone else to be like, wait a minute, is that you'd be like, yeah, it is.
And then money's worth it.
99% of people don't know what you're wearing on your wrist.
No.
You could be wearing a Rolex Day and someone is a casual, one, won't even know what it is, or two, be like, oh, is that the gold Casio F9? I've got one of those.
Owns one from Christopher Ward.
Yeah, exactly. Most people don't even know what they are, We do it for ourselves and quite often just for other collectors.
Yes.
Ooh, the Omega Chrono Chime.
Ugh. I want to love it.
Is that the one that's $500,000?
Yes.
Is it that much?
It's not cheap. I don't think it's $500,000.
Okay, I might have made that up.
And in my tired and slightly inebriated state, I think I'm hearing 150. Maybe.
That'd be cheap, eh?
Yeah.
I think it's more than that, but I can't be bothered to look it up.
Yeah.
I would say though, given the time, I respect the flex that they made on that, because it did take them years to develop that movement, and they did it just because.
Yeah. It's cool, and I love it, but they've ruined it by putting a stupid musical note crotchet on the minute repeater button. Well, it's not even a minute repeater, is it? Chrono repeater. On the chrono chime button. It just looks really cheap.
Did you put the Octafinissimo in the not category?
Yes.
Why?
Do you not remember?
Is this the one with the barcode on it?
With the QR code on the front of it. That's why I'm making a stand. Have you seen the other one that's come out not long ago? I can't remember who it's from.
Is that the Moser one, maybe?
Yes, it might be Moser.
I saw an article.
Oh, it's horrible.
I couldn't even be bothered to read it. Let's
put that at the top of the not pile.
It's not the top of the not pile.
Oh, God.
But Moser does these things. Moser's done some really funny things over the year for PR. They did the cheese watch, which was awesome. And they did this watch, but they never made it. It caused absolute outcry. Someone here will get me in the comments for it. But it basically, they referenced everyone's watch list. So it was like the AP Royal Oak, the Patek Nautilus. They had a bit of Rolex in there. And actually, it was like this mashup, and I
respect it.
I was like, I actually like that. I'm going to buy that. And everyone was so outraged that they had taken the piss out of all the other brands. He had to apologise, and they said, right, okay, we're not going to make it. I was like, dude, you made a watch made of cheese. You've got the Omega Aquaterras, the coloured ones.
Yeah,
the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Can we call those Power Rangers? Is anyone giving them nicknames?
So.
Are they even available?
I
haven't seen any out there.
Don't know. Don't care.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why it's on the not list. I think it's on the not list.
I think someone got upset with me for saying they were copying the Rolex OPs.
Yeah, they did.
Let's be honest, they copied the Rolex OPs.
They were copies, 100%.
What is a Mastimer?
The what? The Mars timer. Oh yeah,
Mars.
More Omega.
What was the Mars timer?
You remember the Skywalker X33? Except it tells you the time on Mars because that's helpful.
I used to own an X33. I mean, I've owned pretty much most watches. It was kind of cool, but too big, boring. It's a proper nerd watch.
It looks like a Breitling.
I'd rather take the Breitling. Oh.
Well, what was your highlight of 2022 then?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
What was my highlight?
Not necessarily personal. I'm talking watch related in some way. Was it getting the pube out finally?
No. Although getting the solar bead back was a highlight. I mean, listen, I would say this. Who do you think? Okay, rather than what was my highlight, because I'm like properly hoard out by now. I've owned hundreds of different watches. What was the brand that was my highlight?
I wonder.
I would say this. I've got two winners. Cartier, obviously, no bias. Tudor could have had a better year, but I don't think they nailed certain things. For me, I would say like getting back into like Rolex vintage stuff. I know that's obviously not new stuff, but you kind of, because the market's been like this. Nothing.
Sorry, it's been like what? It's been like this.
Actually, it's been more like. I would just say like it's been the time to get back into vintage watches.
It seems cool.
And it's just stuff. Like a lot of people there are some people which start on vintage and never leave vintage, and I'm impressed. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But when you've been into modern watches and you've been through everything, you just get bored. Yeah. So then you go back and then find all this variety and think of the dates that I've done, the date justs, and all that cool stuff. That's the
stuff that you've got in the shop at the moment.
Oh yeah, we do have one left.
Yes.
We had like a proper run on the shop at the end of 2022.
Big time.
Spilling into 23. But yeah, the 5513 is left, which is
awesome.
Bizarre to me that it's still there at that price, because I priced it too cheap deliberately for a quick sale.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, Rolex put their prices up on the first. I need to put my vintage price up.
Yeah.
Because it's too cheap.
Yeah.
Watch. I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's still on there, but Watchfinder had one, 13.5 grand. Okay, right. But hear me out. Look at the state of the dial. Someone has repainted the lume plots on the dial, and it was like me repainting it after 20 Heinekens and doing it with my left hand. Or actually, better still, doing it with a paintbrush in between my big toe and the other toe, and like...
It's not okay.
It's ruined.
It's not okay.
And it's like, mine's like this like pristine like museum piece compared to this dog shit. But that's the way the vintage market is, But I would just say that for me, it's been just like, I think new stuff. Cartier did it, but I'm biased on that.
Yeah.
I think Omega had a good go at it. Some of their Speedmasters, they nailed it. Tag Heuer dead, Breitling dead. Tudor did some stuff, but didn't quite get some stuff right for me. Pelagos. Someone needs to get in charge of their marketing department.
So bad.
I'm not the person to do it, but someone needs to. Yeah. Who else? I forget if there's even any other brands out there.
No.
What about this? What do we want to get in 2023? I know I've got one now. So this.
If I hadn't done this, I'd have said this, because I've wanted this since I was about 5 watching GoldenEye.
So you actually got the right one now.
Oi, he wore the automatic in The World Is Not Enough and Die Another Day.
What did he wear in GoldenEye?
The Quartz. And then he binned it off for everything else.
What was the first one that he wore?
The Quartz.
What was his best film?
I actually quite like Die Another Day.
Do me a favour. Everyone knows it's GoldenEye for Pierce Brosnan. Come on, it's the Quartz.
You're only saying that because it had a cool game.
It had an amazing game. The movie's cool. Also, by the way, I've got some beef with Amazon here. Those already took it off Prime. Like, it was up there for like 6 weeks and they took it off.
Yeah.
They did me dirty on that.
It's because they heard there's losers out there like me who'll just buy it even though they've already owned it.
But now, what do I... Is that... So, yeah, but what do you want to get for this year? Like, there's got to be a watch aim. Like, a watch goal. Like, what am I going to get this year? What's it going to be?
I had a moment of madness the other week and very nearly rebought my P01. Yeah, I know. I'd like to get another Tudor this year. I miss Tudor. I just don't know what.
I know what I want. Simple. My favourite watch of all time. Pretty much. I mean, listen, there's other Grail watch that I'd be like, do I want a meteorite GMT? Yeah, I do, but that's not realistic. But it's the big 4.0 this year.
So it's got to be 40mm.
No, 36. I could go in this watch. I could go 40mm, but I'm not going.
Trouble is just so spoiled. It's hard to think what you'd actually tolerate.
I'm hoping. One, I genuinely believe Rolex precious metal watches this year are going to tank. And the reason I say that is
day.
Easy. I want to get what ideally.
President 36.
Yeah, that's what I want. Get a day 36 while I'm on holiday out of the boutique.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm gonna hit up Mr. Robin. What's up, bruv? He's gonna get himself a nice 35,000 euro sale.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think precious metal watch is going to tank this year, Rolex, certainly up there, the most part. In all of history, they were always available, and you could always get a discount.
Yeah.
Facts. During the COVID years, the flipper years, whatever you want to call it, unobtainable premiums. But to most people, when you walk into a watch shop and you're going to drop 30, 40 grand on a watch, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
To anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Even people which are well off. Obviously, multi-millionaires and billionaires, okay, not to them, but to average people, to well-off people, it's a lot of money.
Exactly.
But if you can buy that watch, and the moment you walk out the shop, it's worth an extra 5-10 grand.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do, and you flip it.
Exactly.
Or you can keep it for a bit with the knowledge, I can always...
And then flip it for maybe a little bit less.
Well, you get your money back, but still a profit.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like from today onwards, it's been this year, last month or two, you go in and, let's say if I went out now and bought a 36mm date. If I went out now, bought a day date, I'm going to take a loss on it.
Yeah.
Right? If I buy a gold sub, I'm going to take a loss on it. If I buy a GMT, I'm going to take a loss on it. If I buy a Skydweller, I'm going to take a loss on it. So now people are going to do that because they're going to be, they're fiscally responsible, or certainly more aware as we're going into this recession.
Fiscally aware is better, yeah.
They're going to be like, I ain't taking a loss.
No.
That's a stupid move.
No.
But guess what? There's idiots around like me. I'm happy to snap one up. For us watch collectors, it's a great thing. I still think the Steel Sports, your Rolex, like your Submariners, your GMTs, your Daytonas, forget about it. You're not getting one of those. It's not happening. No, and they're still going to trade at premium. Not where they were, but still at a premium. But yeah, I think things like that, they're going to be, they're going to be obtainable again through authorized dealers. Now that people are like, they're not going to make money, I think, which is great. So
yeah,
if I can snap myself up one of those.
Yeah, I think I want something gold this year.
You need to go gold.
I'd have to go, everything I've got steel.
Peasant.
I need to go. I was looking at vintage Tudor date days the other day. Not to go on the same vein, but you've just reminded me. Gold date day would be nice.
No, you don't want to do that. What about...
I'd be going to take a bath on it.
Go vintage date.
What, a Rolex vintage? Yeah. No, I want Tudor. That's what I'm saying. I want Tudor. I want variation in my life.
There's plenty of variation in vintage. Anyway, this video must be like close to an hour now.
Can it get worse than the Moonswatch saga?
Or could it get better? Who knows? I don't know. Let's save the prediction video for a later time.
Yeah, in 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. All right, we're out.